Alright, we're back with more of Avadon 3, the Warborn. Let's continue. We are in Goldcrag right now. We finally got some word from Commander Elise here, so let's just talk to another person here. There is a Battlemaster sitting at the table, handling all the commander's paperwork while she tinkers with her turrets. He isn't happy about it. He occasionally mutters a few soft obscenities. Whenever he does, the commander smiles. He doesn't appreciate you interrupting his work. Hello, Hand. I'm under a Fidel. I'm very busy. These orders don't sign themselves. I fear you and respect Avadon and blah blah. What do you need? What do you do here? I'm the second in command. I fight when there's a battle, which there isn't. It's a stalemate. Been roasting in the heat for months. My job is to do the commander's scut work so she can make turrets. We all have tough jobs here. Don't make them harder. When is it hot? In the cava? Always. Every minute of every day. Considering how hot it is as of when this will be uploaded, I can only imagine how hot it would be if this was real. Tell me about the stalemate. We in the Warborn are dug in pretty good. We'd each need lots more soldiers to knock the enemy out. We aren't getting them, so we maneuver and spy and try to flank each other and sometimes have the usual, pointless, bloody skirmish. You come to free us from this hell? I'll thank you. Is something wrong? You're from Avadon, all high and mighty, in charge, ready to give orders, and off with my head if I don't obey. Right? Well, I'm in the regular army. I have orders from my lot to follow. I can't do otherwise. I mean you no harm. No, you hands never mean harm. Don't stop you from doing it, though. Please leave me be. Lots of this nonsense to clear away. You leave him to his papers. Tell me about the commander. Fidel shrugs, barely competent, but we're forced to tolerate her and her useless gadgets. A small wrench accidentally slipped out of Elise's hand and flies across the room. Fidel barely dodges it. See? Can't even hold on to her tools. What kind of a tinker mage is that? At this point, I think we have pretty good, we're getting pretty good runestone, so I can go ahead and sell these battle ones in favor of the better ones we'll get as we progress. Alright, what is down here? Okay, just a dungeon area with turrets. Oh, no. We might be going too far here. Let's go back. We can access that later. Access that area later. I'm pretty sure he can only help with retraining. And she can only help with trading. Scout Tita sits and drinks and stirs the ashes. The other soldiers find ways to pass the long, idle hours. They all keep their weapons close, though never can tell when the months of tedium will be interrupted by 5 minutes of utter terror. An honor? You are from Avadon, the finest warriors, the best weapons, and the most dangerous missions, right? No joke, you people are amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. Anything you need to know? I know everything about the Warborn around here. Be glad to help. How long have you been stationed here? Over a year now. Being in this heat and playing little games with the Warborn, nothing that would ever excite a Hand of Avadon. I bet you travel all over the continent, going on all sorts of suicidal adventures. I can't say you're wrong about my lifestyle. I'm so jealous. Did you ever try to join Avadon, perhaps as an eye? Well, no. I know that when you work for Avadon, it's until you die. That death is usually pretty young, right? I I just wanted to help win this one war, I guess. I'd like to know more about the situation in Goldcrag. I'd love to help. I know the commander would want me to. I do a lot of spying. I watch the Warborn on my runs in the thickets. They don't do very much. They send patrols into the middle of town. That's a nice thing about fighting Warborn, wretches, ogres, or titans. None of them are big for giant heroic assaults. Where are the patrols? They start at the Warborn camps and go to the Stone Code in the center of town and back. Just small groups, but we try hard to avoid them. Why? Because before they leave their camps, their shamans cover them with all sorts of blessings. The patrols are pretty vicious. I'd avoid them. Tell me about the wretches. They are holed up in the cactus thickets to the northeast. They mainly spy, steal, and do little raids. They're small and cunning. They just bother us. They're tough for wretches, but never a huge threat. They just support the larger Warborn, and they're good at it. Tell me about the ogres. Ogres have all the chaos of the wretches and all the strength of the titans. They're wild and unpredictable. That makes them really dangerous. You can never predict what they do. They have one big camp east from here. Their leader hides in a valley just behind their main camp. Tell me about the titans. They're north of here. They're a powerful force. We're lucky they haven't just charged us because they're truly dangerous. For some reason, they've been happy to let us alone. Their leader lives in the ruins of the old Goldcrag Inn. I haven't been able to sneak back there because they just try to murder me if I tried. What can you tell me about Goldcrag itself? It's a ruin. Most of the buildings have collapsed. Sad mess. I think it was nice once. It'll be a lot of hard work to rebuild it. The city hall is still intact. It's the biggest building in the middle of town. Where did all the Goldcrag citizens go? They fled in all directions. A lot of them are encamped on our side of the lines. They're waiting for us to retake the town so they can come back and rebuild. I'm afraid they'll be waiting for a while. What is in City Hall? In the City Hall. It's a ruin. There are a bunch of locked doors. Don't know what is behind them. There's lots of rumors of piles of gold, but that's probably nonsense. Okay. From here you get a good view of the once strong city of Goldcrag. It's now a miserable ruin. Humans and Warborn have been squabbling over this town for years. Many battles have taken place, crumbling buildings and scorching earth. All actual residents fled to refugee camps long ago. Now it is a miserable no man's land. The Warborn occasionally send patrols into the middle of town. You can see the ruts left in the sand by their passage. Nobody else is out here. Rudel stops walking. At first you think that he's resting. Adjusting to this barren landscape has been difficult for him. Instead, he turns and looks at a nearby ruin. This is hard to see. We have seen a lot of destruction, but this shakes me. It is difficult, yes. Let's keep moving. What? Oh. Of course, Raylan. There are some wrongs to right. He rejoins you. Dang it, it's kind of a bummer to see Goldcrag reduced to this. But we did have another quest, Overseer in Exile. Oh yeah, that was for the treasure chest quest. Yeah, like I was saying, it is kind of sad to see Goldcrag reduced to this, because in the first game, it was definitely a happy, thriving town. Alright. Shield Javelin does more damage, but Staff does have an area effect, at least on occasion, it feels like. I will just stick with the Javelin. At least they're all going after Raylin and not my other two companions. Now that I've retrained Rudao, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable from here on out as far as missions go. We apparently still have a lot more game to go because we haven't finished Selena's companion mission yet. And we also haven't gotten companion missions for Rudao, Nathalie. So far we've only completed Kalita and Botan's. The Titan camp is northwest of the town. It is surrounded by an impressive series of palisades. Titans don't coast on their huge size. They are serious creatures about to act war. In their camp, you can see lots of Titans. There are also herds of cows there to satisfy the massive appetites of these Warborn. In the middle of the camp is the ruins of an inn. Smoke still rises from the chimney. Someone is in there. As you get close to the Titan palisade, a grown rock smashes into the ground in front of you. You pause. A Titan sentry shouts, "That's far enough right there, human. What do you want? Talk fast or the next rock smash you." Let me in. I want to speak with your leader. Normally, the Titans would respond to a quest like this with a hail of boulders. However, the sentry says, "We are no fools. We hear Avadon in these lands, and now Avadon comes to parley. Our mighty monarchs say to watch for this." The Titans lower their weapons, but they are still suspicious. "You can pass, human. Monarch can grow past ruins of N. Watch out. One trick and we grind you into the sand." Okay. As long as you have permission to be here, the Titans are surprisingly friendly. They chat with you. The Titans of Goldcrag are simple warriors, but they aren't mindless bullies. Okay, I feel like the alliance with convincing the Titans to ally with Redbeard is actually going to be the best option. We might go ahead and do that. We can't. They do have a lot of treasure, though. Let me just explore the rest of the area before I do this. I mean, there are already some wretches on the side of Avadon, so having a Titans as an ally might not be a bad thing. The Lord of the Giants is waiting for you in this barren grove, guarded by 3 of his strongest warriors. You start to feel very small. You take a deep breath and remind yourself that Titans are, while impressive, just mere farlanders. The Titan says, "I am Monarch Lyakos. The Titans here agreed to let me lead them. I have agreed to see you, Han. You say you have a parley. Say what you came to say quickly. If this is a trick, we will pound you into goo. Tell me about the war. Monarch Lyakos gives this some thought. For all of his might, he is a careful speaker. It has been going on for years. So many alliances. So many who claim to lead us. I have been sitting in this miserable thicket for a year. For what? Some ruin I don't care about. I only know that the far lands are losing. Will you ever surrender? The Warborn are wild. I think we will always be. We are still not fools. We want to live. I think the Pact will win this war. We will have no choice. What do you think of the Pact? I hate the Pact. They doom my kind to a poor life in dead lands, always hunted and hungry. Has Deleth contacted you? Deleth? I have only heard of that wily creature in stories and rumors. He is a human genius who started this dumb war. Dumb war? I would crush him if he was real. Nice camp. Thank you. We have been given too much time to settle in. We have been here for over a year, scavenging for what little food we can get, sending useless patrols. What do you think of the heat? The Warborn live in the heat. It is not a concern. What do you think of the other Warborn? I respect them. They are smaller and weaker. Sometimes we Titans underestimate them. Whenever we do, we pay for it. I am authorized to make an alliance with one tribe of Warborn. Monarch Lyakos nods slowly. Interesting. It is about time. I have been waiting patiently for one of the pack to come and buy us off. That is how you've always dealt with Warborn. Your kind must be very confused to have taken this long. You are from Avadon. If your keeper makes it worth it, I can make many Titans lay down their arms. You might even hire some of them to fight for you. The question is, who do you choose to buy? I have chosen the Titans. Lyakos smiles, a wise choice. We Titans are strong and reliable. That is, I think, what you need to win this war. I don't know who your keeper is. Tell your keeper to send envoys to talk terms. He shakes your hand. He courteously neglects to crush it. I will spread the word. I will make sure Titan warriors find a way to let you buy. Now go. I don't want the other Warborn to learn of our deal. It will be bad for us. From all we hear about the ogres just being mindless, I think they would be a bad one to ally with. The wretches might be good too, but I feel like getting the Titans by our side makes things a little bit easier. I hope he approves of this, so that is another thing. He might be indifferent or not approve. He did say we could just kill them all if we wanted to, but let's try to be diplomatic here. Redbeard watches you as you approach, waiting to hear your latest report. When you reach his table, he remembers something. He removes a note from a pile of fresh letters. According to this, you have found an intelligent construct. He checks the report. In the Wild Realm. Is this correct? Your report is correct. Redbeard nods. At least you are honest. We know what happened. Now I need to know what you plan to do about it. This is not a minor matter. We have a good reason to forbid such magic. What is it? Whenever we create magic that can think, it will act. It will do what living things do. It will gain power. It will reproduce. It will try to control land. It is the wildest, hardest to control sort of magic. When it appears, carnage follows. I know Selena is pushing you. She is talented but unfocused. It has been noticed. Yet this law is an important one. What do you intend to do? Ooh. I still think it should be spared. That is a wrong answer, and it makes me doubt my trust in you. I will communicate with Selena directly. Give me any other reports you have. I have much to do. Redbeard looks healthier than he did when he first arrived in this region, but he is still exhausted. His skin has large, dry, cracked patches, and clumps of his hair are falling out. The affliction he received in the corruption is still wearing him down. Yet, when you approach, he manages to rouse himself. Raylan, you did an adequate job in the Black Fortress. I could have used your help more quickly, but you arrived in time. There is an angry edge to his voice, as warring. I have not been in Avadon for some time, not since traitors and vermin cast me out. What is the state of my fortress? Protus has mostly rebuilt Avadon. It is strong and active. What? You are a fool, Raylan. Protus put on a show and fooled you. I thought better of you. And what of my servants? How do the hands and eyes there deal with the loss of their leader? Many support Protus, but few are still quietly loyal to you. I pity them. They are forced to pretend to follow that traitor. I know they secretly long for my leadership. I will return to them soon. And what of Protus? How do his inferiors, my true servants, regard him? Protus is barely muddling by. You wait for a response, but none comes. Just a slight nod. Redbeard is distracted. You wait patiently for him to rally his thoughts. Finally, he looks up at you. Yes, he won't last long. I see that. Now, why are you talking to me? Okay, let me actually do that dialogue again. Okay, so apparently he has no extra dialogue for Actually, you know what? Let's not worry about it right now. We can come back to it. Let's just stay in Goldcrag. I thought that by talking to him that we allied with the Titans, he would have dialogue then, but apparently not. I hated to reload an autosave just to not deal with the consequences of choices, but maybe I can avoid that conversation with Selena for him for now. As long as you have permission, now that you're one of the ally with them, the real danger is surviving all the drinks and barely cooked chunks of beef they offer you. Okay, that is a decision I'm gonna stick with, though. As far as who to ally with, I will live with that choice. I'm hoping we get Selena's mission before we get into that dialogue exchange with Redbeard over it. Okay, so things are blocked off here. We do have that mission to do for Levant. Titan steel razor disc, steel halberd, and a leather jerkin. Yes, that's very good. We'll keep that on her. Ooh. Yeah, I need to be paying attention more often to like open crates like that. I do like the strength boost a little bit more, but I feel like we already have plenty of strength at this point. What the heck? We'll put it on. It offers more armor. Oh, well, rats. Oh yeah, I definitely should have been using the other stuff more often here. Oh, as far as with Rudao. See, and he can do spells with Scarab still. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is I already did test it out like early on. I might have mentioned this, but I don't remember. But even if you do raise a spell specialization skill, for some reason you won't have access to these. So it's not like you can just raise that up and then get access to those for free. It is one of those. It is one of those things where you have to train and then the bonuses will take place, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. I just prefer the path that I'm on. Old habits die hard. You have found the Goldcrag stone code. These stone pillars are covered with carefully etched writing. The words are the laws of the Keva, which apply to all who live in these lands, whether a peasant or a king. The Warborn patrols end here. They frequently end their hike by spitting on the code or defacing it in some way. It will take a lot of work to restore it. The city hall of Goldcrag is to the east. The huge stone hall is surprisingly intact. You have encountered a patrol of the Warborn. They are stalking through the ruins of Goldcrag, looking for humans who are, well, humans who are doing exactly what you are doing. They draw their weapons and attack. They are moving weirdly quickly, and their eyes are glowing red. Their shamans must powerfully bless these creatures before they leave their camps. Let's do that. Let's do this. So I'm guessing the ogres and wretches are going to be hostile to us no matter what at this point. Or just whoever is in the Goldcrag area. Alright, more loot we can sell later. Ooh, dang. A lot of killing these ogres right now. You step into the ruins of Goldcrag City Hall. It's the largest, most solid building in town, and it has managed to survive multiple battles and waves of looters. It's mercifully quiet and cool inside. You don't hear anyone else inside. It's a little eerie. Dang, this is where Overseer Levent used to be. These shelves are lined with moldy books, left behind when the city was abandoned. You look through them, searching for the books of records Commander Wallace described. They aren't here. You do, however, find about a dozen gaps in the rows of books. Some of them were removed in quite a hurry. You look for signs of where they were taken. Interestingly, a trail of scraps of parchment meanders along the floor to the west. Radiate fire. Ah, freaking knockback. At least they're not ensnaring when they do that. What's also good about being knocked back so much, though, is that range is definitely viable in this game. So it's not definitely not mandatory or be-all, end-all to always be in melee range. Of course, if you have Blade Master, having strength in meleeing is a lot better, but you all know what I mean. At least you have options. You are at the entrance to the Goldcrag Treasury. There used to be some productive gold mines in this area. A good chunk of the bullion recovered and smelted ended up in this hall. It is still here, kept safe from invaders by powerful magical defenses. Alas, the gold in the southern hall is kept in powerfully sealed stone vaults. You won't be able to get it out. The massive construct standing guard over the vaults is also worrying. This is all valuable intelligence. You don't get to look for long, though. A pair of shades appears in the magic circles just before you. They float towards you, ready to mindlessly destroy invaders. Another one of the shades has been heavily damaged. As you hack at it, it draws energy from the other, more healthy shade, restoring itself. One of the shades swoops in toward its target. You are enveloped in a field of magical energy. Moments later, you are somewhere else. Oh, that's bull. Okay, we have to make sure both are getting damaged with this, clearly. Doesn't really have a great terrify effect, but... But that's alright. I'll take it. You and your drawing energy. Fortunately, it is getting weaker at this point. Man, will you both die already? Alright, they are getting close to that point at least. Come on, hit them already. Rod of the Elder Oak. Well, we use staves, not rods, but so I will just sell that. You know what? I feel like we should go ahead and save the game right here, and then we'll continue in the next part.